Today's daf is Masechta Sota, Daf Lamed. We are at the bottom of Lamed Ches and Beis, the second to last line, the second to last word on the line. Ibayalahu. So the Gemara declares a shayah. Ibayalahu, it's studin. So the people that are standing on the sides of the Kohanim, Mahu is a bracha chal on them. So the shayla is the halacha that we had before. The Gemara said that you have to be facing the Kohanim. So the shayla is, what about on the sides? Amar Abba Bar Ravashi, Tashim, I'll bring a raya. The time whether the Mishnah, Legabi Hazas Efer Paro. It says in Mishnah Perak Yud Beis, Mishnah Beis in Paro, Neschaven Lahazos Lafanov, if he had intention to spritz on the kalim in front of him, Vihiza La'achrav, and without intention, it went on the kalim behind him. And so too, whatever if it's a schaven to spritz on the kalim la'achrav, v'hiza lefanov, and it went on the kalim in front of him. Hazah asay psula. Halacha is it's not a good hazah. Why? Because he spritzed on something, on kalim that he did not have the schaven to spritz on. And it says in the parsha of Parah, it says Bamidbar Perak Yotes Pasuk Yotes v'hiza atar ala tamei, and it does not say alav. So you learn out from that the Torah has spritz dafka on the tummy, but it's mischam on kalim lefanav v'hizal stadin shebefanav, and he spritzes on the side in front of him and not mamish directly in the front. Then has asik shera. The Mishnah says, however, if it's to the sides, in the front to the side, it's not mamish to the back or opposite side, then it's a kosher hazah. So the what the Gemara is saying is the you push the suffix the people that are kayanim, that's considered that they're facing the kayanim mamish, and maybe they're included in the bracha, and they should be included in the brachas kayanim. But the ones that are standing litstadim, but they're not in the front of the kayanim, they're more to the back, then it's mamish considered like they're standing in back of the kayanim, and they're b'chlal not included inside the bracha, in the bracha of brachas kayanim. So they're only included in the bracha of brachas kayanim if they're standing on the sides, but it's towards the front, not mamish to the side, all the way to the side. Zok the Gemara weiter. The Gemara brings a halacha that's negayah to kriyas hatayra. Amar Rabba Bar Huna says, Kim sheniftach sefer Torah. Once a sefer Torah is opened and the kairei Bal Kairei started reading from the Torah, asar lasaper, the tzibur is not allowed to speak at all. Afilu b'dvar halacha, even in halacha. Shenemar, it says l'gabi kriyas Ezra and the Torah. It says in Nehemiah Paraches Pasuk Hey, it says Pischai ubepischai. So the pasuk is Vayiftach Ezra. It says Vayiftach Ezra asefer le'enei chalaam ki me'al kalaam haya uchefischai amdu kalaam. So that means when he started reading amdu kalaam, and Dr. Gemara ve'eina amida ela shtika. Amida over here doesn't mean kipshuta, it means just standing. It means that they were quiet. That when Ezra started reading, everyone was quiet. So you see that it's also to speak b'shas kriyas hatayra, and you find shtika is lashon amida. Shenemar Zakti Gemara, it says L'gabi Eliu and Eiv Periklam Beis Pasuk Tezayin, it says Vayichalti ki lo yidaberu ki amdu lo anu oid. So you see over there the lashon pasuk is saying he was saying lo yidaberu ki amdu v'lo anu oid, that they were quiet. So you see the pasuk is referring to shtika b'lashon amida. Reb Zera Amar Rav Chizda. Reb Zera says in the name of Rav Chizda that the makor that it's also to speak b'shas kriyas hatayra is learned at me'ahacha. It says the pasuk in Nehemiah Paraches Pasuk Gimel. It says va'ozni kala'am al sefer hatayra. It says vayikra voy lefnei archoy v'asher lefnei shar hamayim in orad machtzayim neged ha'anashim va'anashim avinim va'ozni kala'am al sefer hatayra. So you see that they put their ears to hear the Torah, and the Gemara's understanding from the pasuk, it's chayar klar that if they put their ears to hear the Kriyas Torah, that they were not speaking in between. Zok the Gemara vayit. The Gemara goes back now to Berachas Kohanim. Amar B'Shom and Levi. Kol kohen shlo nata yadav. Any kohen that did not wash his hands before he went up to Duchin, lo yisas kapov. He should not do Berachas Kohanim. Shenebar su'yidechem kodesh v'aruchas Hashem. So we dash at the time of the Sis Kapayim, the hands have to be kodesh al yidei, washing them in mayim. Zok the Gemara vayter. Shalu Talmidav is Rabbi Elazar ben Shammua. Gemara brings a ma'isa. Talmidim asked Rabbi Elazar ben Shammua, Bameh harach yamim, with what did you live long? Amar lehen, so he told them, I did 3 anhagas that I did lefnim mishuras adin. 1, miyamei lo yisisi beis hakneses kapendaria. I never used a beis hakneses, a shul, as a shortcut. So he seems to be saying that he went into one Pesach and he went out to the Pesach opposite it. Right, okay, so that's using it as a shortcut. When Talmidim was sitting on the Beis HaMedrash learning on the Karka, he did not walk between them. So it shouldn't look like he's stepping on their heads. Rather, he came and before they sat down, he showed up, or he sat outside when he came. And the third thing is, he never did Brachas Kohanim without a bracha before, like the Gemara is going to explain. Zok the Gemara, Mayim Avarach, what was the bracha that he did before Brachas Kohanim? Amar, Rabbi Zera, Amar Rav Chizda, the Nustach HaBracha is, Baruch Atah Shem Elokeinu Melech Haolam Asher Kitshanim Mekushasei Shel HaHaron Tzivanu Levarachas Am Yisrael Be'ahava. So the Be'er Sheva says that the Lashon Be'ahava is learned out from Emor Lahem. And with Darshan in the Medrash Rabbah Yud Aleph Daled, that you should make the bracha of Kavanas Halev in order that the bracha should be shaylat. So the Mizrah has to be done by Hava and B'chol Leiv. Magen Avraham says in Sim Kuf Chav Ches, Sifkan Yud Ches, he brings a Zohar that a kohen that does not like everybody, or people don't like him, should not be noisei eskapov. So Magen Avraham paskins. Zok the Gemara, Vaiti ki akar kari mai amar. When a kohen finishes duchen, or when a kohen goes up to duchen by Ritzei, what does he say? Before the Sis Kapayim. Zok the Gemara, Yihiratzim Fanecha Hashem Lekeinu Shnei Bracha Zu Shevisanu Levarachas Amcha Yisrael LeYeheba Michshov Avin. Should not be a Michshov Avin. Zok the Gemara, V'chimadar Apei Mitzibura, and when he's Machzer Pana from the Tzibur after the Bracha and he's standing facing the Aron Kodesh, Mai Amar, what does it say then? That in order that Hashem should kabel the bracha baratzon. Ad berei Rav Chizla Rav Ukva. Rav Chizla Marok Rav Ukva, they spoke about a darash and they darshan a bracha. They said this nosech: Ribono shel olam asinu masha gazarta aleinu. We did what you were gozer on us. So the Marsha says that Berachas Kohanim is called a gezerah because Hashem desires Berachas Kohanim, like we had in the Gemara before. So the male it's called a gezerah. And the Ar Sameach in Hilchas Tefillah Perek Gidal Lachim Beis says that since Berachas Kohanim has to be panim keneged panim, so Mila Achareim, their backs are copied of Shechina, and we find in Sukkah Daf Nalf and Aleph that by Bayis Rishon there was a taina on them that they had their backs to the Shechina. So that's why the Kohanim come and they say Asinu Masha Gazarna, we did Behechrich because that was a Gezeres Melech. That's what he told us to do. He told us to have our backs facing you. So that's why they say Asinu Masha Gazar Aleinu. So that's what they say. So Nusach Bracha, the Nusach HaTfilah is like this: Asinu Masha Gazar Aleinu, Asei Imanu Mashif Tachtanu. Do with us what you promised us to Maskim on the bracha, like it says on the middle of Paragraph Pasuk Chav Zayin, V'Sama Shmiel B'nei Yisrael V'Ni Avarchim. Then it says Hashkifa Mein Kodshcha Min Hashamayim Uvarech Es Amcha Yisrael. Dvarim Paragraph Vav Pasuk Tezvav. Zok the Gemara, the Gemara brings Kamadim Hashem Chizda in Berchus Kayanim. Amar of Chizda, Ena Hanim Rasham Lokov Kisher Etzbay Sayan. They're not allowed to fold the joints of their fingers. They should be open b'shas bracha until they return their face from the tzibur towards Aron Kodesh. When the shlich tzibur starts sim shalom, and they should not close their hands right away at the end of the bracha. Zakti Gemara Vaita Amar Reb Zera Amar Reb Chizr. Reb Zera Reb Chizr says, Ein hakoyre rishai likas koyanim. The shlich tzibur is not allowed to call koyanim until the tzibur finishes saying amen on the bracha, because you can't hear two things at once. The kohenim cannot start the bracha until the shlich tzibur finishes saying koyanim. The tzibur cannot answer amen on brachas koyanim until the koyanim finish the bracha, that it shouldn't be amen chatufa. The ena kayanim rishon lahaschol bracha cheres. It can't start another bracha. Let's say start saying yirachacha ad sheyichla amen in piyat tzibur, until the tzibur finishes saying amen on the bracha of asher kishas v'shalaharon. Zok the Gemara weiter. The Amar of Zera, Amar of Chizah, ena kayanim rishon lahachzer peim in atzibur ad sheyasol shlich tzibur sim shalom. They can't turn their face away from the tzibur after the end of the brachas until shlich tzibur starts sim shalom. And the whole time, meanwhile, should be standing with their hands spread out, just like a brachas kain. Ve'ein rishon lakar agleim, ve'leilech ad sheyigam shlich tzibur sim shalom. They're not allowed to go away from the place of the duchen to go to their seats until shlich tzibur finishes the bracha of sim shalom. Zok the Gemara Vayit Varam Zera Reb Chizr. Reb Chizr says, "Ina tzibur rishon lanas amen." The tzibur is not allowed to answer amen on Oila L'Torah. So when it gets Aliyah L'Torah, Shtichla Bracha M'Piyah Kair, until the person that gets Aliyah finishes saying Ashabachamon, the bracha before. Ve'ina Kair Rishaya Likros B'Torah is not the Kair is not allowed to start reading from the Torah. Ad sheyichla amen M'Piyah Tzibur, till the tzibur finishes saying amen. Ve'ina Metargim, the person that's being Metargim in Lashon Arami, if there's somebody there, Rishai Haskal B'Targim is not allowed to start Targim Ad sheyichla Pasuk M'Piyah Kair, until the Baal Kair finishes saying the pasuk, that he shouldn't disturb the people hearing the regular kriya from Baal Kair. Ve'ina Kair Rishai Haskal Pasuk Acher Ad sheyichla Targim M'Piyah Metargim. He has to wait until the Metargim finishes, then the Baal Kair can go back and read. So the person that's reading the Haftarah in Navi, tzarich shikar Torah tchila, has to read him first in the Torah before the Kriya of the Haftarah, because of Kavod HaTorah, it should be nicker that the Torah is more chashuv than Navi. But Amar of Tanchum Rabbi Shimon ben Levi, ein hamafter rishai lahafter ben Navi, a mafter is not allowed to be mafter in the Navi ad sheyigol Sefer Torah, until they do Galila on the Sefer Torah, until they roll Sefer Torah. You're also not allowed to start the Lavush and other places saying Arachaim Kufmem Zayin, that you're also not allowed to start the Brachas Haftarah beforehand. Zok the Gemara Vaiter. So in the times of the Gemara, there was they used to have Bate Knesses in the fields, and they couldn't leave a Sefer Torah there because it wasn't a safe place to keep a Sefer Torah. So they would put it in a house that would be safe, it would be locked. And b'shas tefillah, they would bring it to the base of Knesset and the Sada, and they would put it in the box. And they would put nice cloths over the aron, the temporary aron, for the cover of the Sefer Torah. And then after davening, they would take it out of the teva and they would put it back into wherever they kept it to watch it, wherever it was indoors or whatever. Then everybody would go and they would take off the nice paroiches from the teva outside of the Sada. Amar Tanchum Rabbi Shimon ben Levi, ein shlich tzibur rishai lahafshus hateva. Shlich tzibur is not allowed to take off the nice begadim from the teva that's besade. B'tzibur, when they covered the tzibur, while the tzibur is still there in the base Knesset of besade, and they didn't take out the Sefer Torah yet because of the cover of the tzibur, because Zakta Gemara, So this is really a little bit to do with the last halacha. The tzibur is not allowed to go out of the Beis HaKnesses until the Sefer Torah gets taken out of that box in Beis HaKnesses Shebasada. V'yaniach ben koimoi, and it gets put in its place. So only once they start taking out the Sefer Torah from the teva is the tzibur allowed to start leaving, even though it's not already in its destination. If Shmuel says they're not allowed to go out at sheyetze until the sefer leaves the Beis HaKnesses. But before it leaves the Beis HaKnesses, even if it's taken out of the teva, even though it opened it up and they took it out, it's also lasei. So that's machlokes Shmuel and Tanachum Yeshua ben Levi. Zaktin Gemara. The Loi Pligi, Yeshua ben Levi and Shmuel are not arguing, and although Yeshua ben Levi was matir to go out once it was just taken out of teva, and Shmuel said it's aser, it's like tomorrow it's not a machlokes. Why? Because hadika piska achrina, hadaleka piska achrina. When the Beis HaKnesses has another Pesach besides for the Pesach that the Sefer Torah is going out of, then the tzibur is allowed to go out through that additional Pesach, even though they're going out before the Sefer Torah, because it's not observing the Torah. But hadaleka piska achrina, Shmuel, it says you're not allowed to go out. It's talking about there's only one entrance and one exit. And so in that case, you're not allowed to go out before the Sefer Torah leaves the exit. Amar Rava Barahina, Asbar Ali. So Rava said that Barahina, who is a Chacham, he explained to me the reason why it's asr to go out of the Pesach before the Sefer Torah, because it says a pasuk in Nevarim Parag Gimel pasuk Hey, Acher Hashem leikeichem telechu. So we learn out that you're supposed to go after the Torah and give cover to the Sefer Torah. Zakting Gemara, Vaiting, Gemara goes back to Berachas Kainim now. Mizmashay Kainim Varchas Ha'am Mahi Noimim. What do they say to thank Hashem? That Hashem is benching them. Zakting Gemara Vaiting. So Mizmashay Kainim Varchas Ha'am Mahi Noimim. Reb Zeimer Reb Chizda Baruch Hashem Alachav Giboyer Koach. So in Shachris every day we say 3 psukim, Tehillim Parak Kuf Gimel Pasuk Chaf through Chaf Beis. We say Baruch Hashem Alachav Giboyer Koach. It says Oised Dvar L'Shmoy B'Kol Dvari. Baruch Hashem Kol Dvar M'Shor Sayis to return. Baruch Hashem Kol Ma'isa B'Chol M'Kom Yisbim Shaltei. Baruch Nafsh Hashem. So these 3 psukim are neged the 3 psukim in Berachas Kainim. Talk to Gemara. Berachas Kainim, that's a Musaf and Shamsa Mahi Noimrim. It's a new bracha. We don't say that every day. So Amar Rabasi, we say pasuk in Tehillim Parakuf Lamadal Alf through Beis Shalmas in the Baruch Hashem Kol Avdei Hashem V'Invis Hashem Aleilas V'Dechol Kodesh Baruch Hashem, and the pasuk from the next Mizmor in Kuf Lamed Hey, which says Baruch Hashem Etzion Shem Gishleim Haluka. Fact Gemara V'Lema Nami Rech Hashem Etzion. Why you say Rech Hashem Etzion Ishmai Ba'aretz? It says also T'chsiv Lahu B'Nyana. Why don't we just say Baruch Hashem Etzion? Like tomorrow, because he started the brachas of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because the first 2 psukim are talking about the bracha of the Yidin to Hashem, so therefore Messiah finishes also Baruch Hashem Etzion, and doesn't finish Yivarech Hashem Etzion, which is the Baruch Hashem to the Yidin. Zakta Gemara Vayter.